At 11:11 tonight, Archangel Michael will expose what your neighbor has been hiding there watching you too. But watch this before it's erased. At 11:11 tonight, heaven aligns. The veil between the seen and unseen begins to tear. Archangel Michael, heaven's appointed guardian, moves not by chance but by divine precision. And tonight is not just another ordinary moment in time. It is a spiritual checkpoint, a sacred interval set before the foundations of the earth were laid. This is a moment carved into the blueprint of your destiny, a divine appointment that comes cloaked in silence and wrapped in revelation. You see, many have felt it, an unease, a shadow lingering just outside the comfort of the known, a feeling that something isn't right, the subtle glance from a neighbor, the quiet tension in the air, the way conversations abruptly stop when you approach. It's not paranoia, it's perception, and it is not without reason. Heaven is revealing because it is time to act, and Archangel Michael is being loosed into your atmosphere to uncover what has been long concealed. They are watching you too. Yes, even as you try to discern the motives of others, eyes have been set on you, not just out of curiosity, but with intention. You have stirred the spirit realm. Your presence, your growth, your light, it has unsettled what lies dormant in others. Not everyone around you is who they pretend to be. Not everyone has clapped with clean hands or smiled with pure hearts. Some have studied you, not to bless you but to block you. This message is not for everyone. It's not meant for the lukewarm or the half-awake. This is sacred. This is encrypted for the spiritually sensitive, for the chosen who are being called out of obscurity. If you're hearing this, it's not by accident. It's an invitation into spiritual intelligence, a summons into higher discernment. And yet it comes with a demand: silence. Don't tell anyone yet. Don't seek validation. Don't attempt to expose with your flesh what heaven is handling in the spirit. Your silence is not weakness. It is warfare. What you are about to hear is not simply a message. It's a spiritual alert, a divine bulletin sent from the courts of heaven. It may not stay online for long. It may disappear as quickly as it appeared, because truth, when spoken under divine instruction, carries a weight that the world is often not ready to bear. That's why you must listen now, fully, carefully, spiritually. Because at 11:11 tonight the watchman awakens, the shield is lifted, and Michael begins to reveal. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 999 is now surrounding you. Heaven is speaking. And when heaven speaks, the earth must respond. Tonight is not a night like any other. The hour of 11:11 had been sanctified in the heavens and whispered into the spirit of the chosen. This is your moment. This is your warning. And this is your instruction. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold. His sword is drawn, and his voice thunders through realms unseen. He has not come with pleasantries. He has come with fire. Fire that exposes. Fire that separates. Fire that confirms who is for you, who is against you, and who has been wearing the mask of neutrality while feeding the serpent behind your back. He has come because you have been patient, because you have been silent, because you did not retaliate when false eyes watched you, when hidden lips whispered your name in backdoor places, when your neighbor pretended innocence while hiding a secret agenda. Heaven recorded every glance. Heaven tracked every whisper. And now, heaven has loosed Michael to intervene on your behalf. But make no mistake, this message is not for all. It's encrypted in the frequency of the Spirit. Many will hear it with their ears, but only the awakened will receive it in their soul. If you are here, then you have been divinely summoned. This is sacred intelligence. It cannot be discussed casually. It must be guarded, and it must be obeyed. Before midnight, the winds will shift. The atmosphere around you will begin to tremble with divine movement. The presence of angels will press in close. Some will sense a heaviness, others a clarity. The temperature of the spirit is changing because secrets are being uncovered in the unseen. What was tolerated is being confronted. What was hidden is about to scream for release. The neighbor who smiled with empty eyes, their spiritual alignment is about to be unmasked. But do not fear. Do not panic. Archangel Michael does not come alone. He comes with legions. Legions that move in the shadows of your home, standing guard over your dreams, your calling, and your territory. You are not unprotected. You are not forgotten. You are surrounded by fire. Tonight, the heavens demand your focus. Put down distractions. Clear the space. Purify the air. Anoint your doorposts. The signal is clear. Don't miss this moment. Don't miss this move. The divine is speaking now, and if you hear him, answer with your full spirit. Speak now in the spirit. Michael, I receive your guidance. I receive your protection. I receive your revelation. Because before midnight, things will shift. Type I am anointed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1516 is now activated. You felt it before you knew what it was. The tension in the air. The sudden chill when they entered the room. The strange energy that clung to your walls after brief conversations. The glances that lingered too long. The silence that screamed louder than words. You knew something wasn't right, but you couldn't name it. Archangel Michael speaks now to confirm what your spirit has sensed. There has been a disturbance in your atmosphere. There have been hidden eyes tracking your light, and some of them dwell closer than you thought. The one who waves across the fence. The one who always seems to accidentally overhear. The one who suddenly grew distant when your peace increased. The one who compliments but watches your every step. They are not merely observing. They are studying. You were not imagining it. The unease, the shift, the spiritual discomfort. These were not emotional overreactions. These were divine signals, spiritual alerts from the Holy Spirit and the host of heaven. What you thought with anxiety was activation. What you dismissed as mood swings was spiritual resistance. You see, when you carry divine light, you disturb the comfort of the dark. Your neighbor didn't change randomly. They sensed your awakening. They perceive your authority before you even claimed it. And they are afraid, not of what you've done, but of who you are becoming. Heaven wants you to know this. You are not crazy. You are not sensitive. You are spiritually sensitive, and that is your protection. That unsettled feeling was not your weakness. It was your weapon. Your body knew before your mind could process. Your intuition screamed because your soul is aligned with truth. They've been watching. Yes, but not from a place of love. From a place of spiritual envy. There are those who drink from your overflow, yet curse your name in private. There are those who have sent curses cloaked in casual greetings. There are those who want your essence, but despise your elevation. This is why your sleep has been interrupted. This is why your peace has fluctuated. This is why strange dreams have come. It's all part of the spiritual pressure building around you, because heaven is preparing to expose. And exposure does not come gently. It comes like thunder. It comes like a flood. Archangel Michael is lifting the veil. The watchers will be revealed. The deceivers will be unmasked. But you must not panic. You must not fight in the flesh. Heaven is handling it. Your role is to perceive, to discern, and to prepare. Do not doubt yourself anymore. Do not question your knowing. Attention was a divine announcement. That anxiety was heaven's tap on your shoulder. That sudden awareness was not paranoia, it was prophecy. And now, the destruction you felt will be validated by what is revealed. Trust the voice within. Trust the signs. Trust the angel that walks beside you. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 999 is now surrounding you. You must understand this now. What you are facing is not simply human suspicion or personal envy. It is spiritual warfare masked in earthly faces. This is not about your neighbor alone. This is about the realm of light and darkness. This is about unseen spirits contending with your assignment, agitated by your elevation, and threatened by your awakening. Archangel Michael reveals this truth now. You are not being watched because of what you did, but because of who you carry. You carry oil. You carry anointing. You carry divine data that heaven has encoded into your very soul. And because of this, you are watched, not just by curious eyes, but by spirits who recognize you before you even recognize yourself. The watchers, those who linger in the corners of your life with polite smiles but misaligned hearts, are drawn to the frequency you emit. There is something about your presence that stirs something ancient in them. Your light disturbs what they've kept hidden. Your prayers penetrate atmospheres they didn't think could be broken. Your growth threatens the systems of control they've tried to build in the shadows. This is why the warfare feels personal. Because it is. But it's not about the human. It's about the spirit operating through them. The conflict is cosmic. The tension is generational. The opposition you feel is spiritual confirmation that your life carries weight in heaven. If you were not dangerous, the enemy would not be watching. If you were not chosen, the atmosphere would not shift when you walk in. What you must realize is this: you're being trained, not punished. Heaven is not allowing this battle to break you, but to build you. It's divine preparation disguised as discomfort. The pressure, the isolation, the whispers, it's all heaven's way of sharpening your discernment and elevating your spiritual authority. Discernment is your weapon now, not retaliation, not proving your innocence, but silent, sharp, unwavering discernment. You must see beyond faces. You must hear beyond words. You must sense beyond what is shown. Because in this season, it is not enough to be good. You must be guarded. Not out of fear, but out of wisdom. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out. And when you stand out, you draw attention, not all of it wholly. But fear not. Archangel Michael stands guard. You are not in this war alone. Heaven is with you. Legions surround you. Divine eyes see what you do not. And what your neighbor has tried to keep hidden is being revealed not just for your protection, but for your promotion. The exposure is strategic. The revelation is timed. God is not reacting. He is revealing. And He reveals to those who are ready. That's why you're hearing this now. That's why this message has found you. Because you are ready. You're not the victim. You're the vessel. You're not being watched for shame. You're being observed because your presence carries glory. Remember this: the enemy only surveils what he fears, and he fears you. Type "I am divinely guarded" in the comments if this resonates. Lesson code 4444 is now in motion. Now hear this, and hear it clearly. Within 72 hours, Yes, within 3 divine days, there will be a spiritual confrontation, a movement, a moment of exposure so sharp, so undeniable, that it will split the veil of deception wide open. What has been done in secret is about to scream in public, and it won't be because you sought revenge. It will be because heaven said, enough. Someone near you is preparing a spiritual ambush. They have whispered things they thought would never reach your ears. They have plotted in midnight meetings, unaware that Michael stood unseen in the room. They have cursed what heaven has already blessed, and they think they are hidden. But they are not hidden from the eyes of the divine. Michael has seen. Michael has reported. And Michael now warns you. The ambush has failed before it even began. But this is your charge. Do not react in the flesh. Do not confront in anger. Do not expose with your own hands what heaven is already uncovering. Be still. Be silent. What? Because the one who has been pretending to support you will stumble in their own web. The one who watched you with envy will be seen with clarity. The one who orchestrated your fall will witness your rise, and it will happen without your retaliation. The energy has shifted. Can you feel it? The air is charged. You've seen the signs, dreams with shadowy figures, electronics glitching, sudden emotional heaviness, tension in conversations that used to flow freely. These are not random. These are the birthing pains of spiritual justice. Michael whispers now, they thought you'd never see it. But now, your eyes are open. They underestimated your spiritual sensitivity. They counted on your kindness to make you blind. But they forgot one thing. You are not walking alone. You are shielded by fire. You are watched by heaven. And when heaven watches, nothing escapes its gaze. In the next 72 hours, stay close to the Spirit. Journal your dreams. Guard your peace. Be alert. Because the moment of exposure is near, and when it comes, you will not need to speak a word. The truth will speak louder than your silence ever could. This is not a warning of fear. It is a trumpet of preparation. You are not being blindsided. You are being briefed. You are being positioned. Because when the mask falls, your crown rises. If this message speaks deeply to your spirit, consider sewing into this word with a super chat or super sticker. Gifts up to $10. Help us continue producing powerful content that edifies and equips. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am shielded in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 7777 is being activated now. Listen now, child of the divine, for the instruction you carry in this hour is sacred. Archangel Michael stands with his wings extended over your dwelling, and from his throne of command, a heavenly directive is being issued. Be still. Be silent. Watch it. This is not a season to fight in the flesh. This is not a time to respond out of emotion. This is a divine moment that demands your stillness. Yes, stillness is your weapon now. Stillness is not inaction. It is heavenly alignment. It is trust in motion. It is spiritual warfare in disguise. You may feel the urge to confront. You may feel the fire in your chest and the quake in your bones, demanding that you speak out, expose, defend. But hear this now. Heaven moves faster when you don't react. Heaven wars best when you step back and let divine judgment run its perfect course. The one who has plotted against you, they are already being observed. The eyes of God do not blink. The whispers spoken against you in darkness have already echoed to the halls of heaven, and heaven does not allow defilement to linger long around his chosen. But your role in this sacred moment is obedience. You must learn to be quiet not because you are weak, but because you are powerful enough to let God be your voice. You must become the silent warrior, the one who prays in the secret place, who anoints their doorway, who walks past betrayal with grace, knowing that heaven is writing the verdict even now. Speak over yourself daily. I am divinely protected. I am surrounded by angelic forces. I am invisible to the enemy, but visible to God. These are not just affirmations. These are activations. Every time you declare your protection, Michael hears. Every time you speak your faith, heaven moves. You are not alone in your silence. You are surrounded by strategy. Heaven is not slow. Heaven is precise. What looks like delay is divine documentation. Every tear you cried when you sensed betrayal, recorded. Every time you withheld retaliation, celebrated. Every prayer you whispered when your heart was breaking, multiplied. Now is the time to operate with spiritual stealth. Say less. Pray more. Watch everything. Move when instructed. Speak only what the Spirit allows. Because your obedience in silence is louder than 1,000 arguments. And your restraint is a hammer in the spirit realm, crushing every plot designed against you. Anoint your space. Lay oil at your thresholds. Cleanse your atmosphere with praise. Wear silence like a garment of glory. Walk through your days like royalty in disguise. They may not know who you are yet, but the spirit realm does, and so does every demon that tried to touch your purpose. Archangel Michael reminds you this. Silence is not surrender. It is preparation. You are not hiding. You are hovering above the enemy's reach. You are not passive. You are positioned. And when the time comes to speak, it will not be from reaction. It will be with revelation and spiritual authority. You are protected. You are preserved. And you are in perfect position for heaven to fight on your behalf. Type I am divinely protected in the comments if this resonates with your spirit. Lesson code 3333 is activated now. Hear this now with the full weight of heaven's authority. They never feared your silence. They feared your awakening. Because when you awaken, you remember. When you awaken, you see. When you awaken, you no longer bow to manipulation, fear, or false agreement. And that is the greatest threat to any system built on deceit. Archangel Michael now declares over you, you are rising, even in disguise. They thought your silence was submission. They mistook your observation as weakness. But they did not know that while you were quiet, heaven was speaking to you. Heaven was downloading blueprints. Heaven was placing you above the storm. You must understand, this warfare is not proof of failure. It is proof of progress. The enemy does not attack the sleeping. The enemy harasses the rising. If hell has increased its attention around you, it's because heaven has increased your assignment. And now you're shifting. You're no longer the one who questions their power. You are becoming the one who walks in it. You are no longer begging for clarity, you are carrying clarity. You are not stumbling in fear. You are flying with discernment. You are wearing the wings of those who have survived storms. This is your empowerment. This is the moment you look at the fear that tried to paralyze you and say, no more. This is the hour where your feet walk into spaces you once thought were off limits. This is the turning point where heaven aligns you with purpose and visibility. You are not small. You are significant. You are not confused. You are commissioned. Warfare is a complement to your spiritual capacity. It reveals your strength, not your fragility. You wouldn't be attacked if you weren't carrying something powerful. You wouldn't be monitored if you weren't moving something in the spirit. So now, rise. Rise in your posture. Rise in your prayer life. Rise in your identity. Heaven calls you a threat to every principality that once hovered over your home. You are no longer the one being watched. You are now the one who watches. You are no longer the prey. You are the presence. You must now speak like one who is chosen. You must now think like one who is royalty. You must now walk like one who knows angels walk with them. Because you don't just carry light. You are light. And light exposes. Light confronts. Light disarms every shadow of fear and deception. Declare it now. I am rising. I am empowered. I am not who I was. I walk in divine authority. If you feel this message deep in your bones, consider supporting with a super thanks. Your gift of up to $50 fuels more bold, spirit-led messages like this. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am a threat to darkness in the comments if this resonates. Blessing code 1212 is ignited over your life now. Hear now the cry from heaven's chambers. This is not just an exposure. It is a divine unlocking. The betrayal you've endured, the secrets whispered by those close to you, the silent watchers who observed your every move, none of it was accidental. It was prophetic preparation. It was spiritual staging. And now, Archangel Michael declares, the truth has made its way to the surface, because your season of revelation has arrived. Yes, beloved, this moment is your spiritual unlocking. You were never meant to stay hidden. You were never meant to operate in the background forever. The exposure happening now is not to embarrass you. It is to elevate you. The shaking in your life is not a punishment. It is a placement. Heaven is turning the page of your destiny, and with every whisper that falls to the ground, your name rises in the spirit. They tried to contain you with gossip. They tried to trap you in silence. They tried to bind your feet with lies, but they forgot one eternal truth. God uses betrayal as a bridge to breakthrough. The ones who tried to delay you have only hastened your rise. Their opposition became the backdrop for your revelation. You must hear this now. Your name has been seen in the Spirit. Your assignment hath been abated in the courts of heaven. And while others tried to erase you behind closed doors, angels were writing your name in the book of remembrance. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are favored. Michael now reveals something sacred. Heaven is using their betrayal for your blessing. You lost the connection, but gained the covering. You lost the friend, but gained discernment. You lost the approval of man, but secured the affirmation of God. And now, because you did not retaliate, you will rise without resistance. This moment is prophetic because it was spoken over you before you were born. The betrayal, the watching, the strange energy shifts, all of it was foreseen. And still, God declared over you, you shall overcome. You shall ascend. You shall awaken. Heaven didn't just react to what they did. Heaven anticipated it. And now heaven responds with favor, increase, and supernatural visibility. You are stepping into a divine unveiling. You're about to see why they watched you. You're about to see why the opposition increased. You're about to see why certain doors had to remain closed, because your next is too holy to be entered casually. Hear this prophetic truth. Your promotion is coming post-exposure. God had to show you who could go with you before he could show you where you're going. What you're stepping into cannot be polluted by false alliances or disguised jealousy. That's why the watchers are being removed. That's why the masks are falling. Because your destiny demands purity at every level. You are a threat, not just because of who you are, but because of what you're about to become. You are rising in the spirit realm, crowned with wisdom, armored with discernment, cloaked in revelation. Heaven is not just revealing the truth about them. It's revealing the truth about you. Say it aloud. This is my unlocking. What was hidden from me is now revealed. What was stolen will be restored. My eyes are open, and my destiny is calling. Type I am unlocked in the comments if this speaks to you. Blessing code 5555 is now surrounding your journey. The Spirit now says, what you say tonight shifts everything. Not tomorrow, not next week, but tonight. You have arrived at the threshold. You have reached the divine intersection. The door is before you, not a metaphorical one, but a real, spiritual portal. And it will respond not to your fear, but to your faith. The time for watching is over. The time for wondering has passed. The season of silence has served its purpose. Now is the hour to speak. Now is the time to declare. Now is the moment to activate your destiny through the weapon of your words. What you say tonight echoes in the heavenlies. Every phrase, every decree, every affirmation is either building your breakthrough or forfeiting it. You must choose life. You must speak alignment. You must walk in the rhythm of heaven. Begin now. Say it aloud. I am chosen. I step forward. I am no longer waiting for permission. I walk in divine instruction. This is more than positive affirmation. This is prophetic activation. Heaven responds to language. Angels move when you speak in truth. The Spirit of God hovers where declaration meets obedience. Your words tonight are not simply speech. They are keys. Michael watches now with a scroll in his hand. That scroll bears your next assignment. But it cannot be released until your mouth agrees with your mandate. Heaven is not just waiting on your understanding, it's waiting on your voice. You've been silent long enough. They tried to shut you down. Life tried to silence you with betrayal. But heaven says, speak and step, declare and enter, prophecy and possess. Your thought life must shift. Your speech must align. Your actions must follow. Because this door is not like the last. This one requires your total agreement. You cannot be halfway in. You cannot be mentally scattered. You must enter this door with intention and authority. Declare it boldly. I am not afraid of elevation. I will not shrink back. I will not apologize for being chosen. I walk forward clothed in fire and crowned with glory. Tonight, your identity is being reestablished. Not as one who waits, but as one who walks. Not as one who watches others ascend, but as one who ascends unapologetically. You had outgrown your old environment. You have outlived your limitations. You have outrun the shadows of your past. And now, you rise. But rising requires release. You must release doubt. You must release fear. You must release every version of yourself that kept you bound to smallness. Heaven is not elevating a shell. Heaven is promoting the fullness of who you were created to be. This is not ambition. It is alignment. This is not arrogance. It is ascension. And this door will not remain open forever. The window is narrow. The call is now. The light is flashing. Step boldly. If you feel the fire of this word igniting something deep within, consider supporting with a super thanks. Your gift of $20 goes directly toward expanding this prophetic mission. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I step forward in the comments if you're ready to walk through the door. Blessing code 888 is now unlocking for you. Listen with the ears of your spirit now. The silence you endured, the nights when your mouth was sealed and your heart was breaking, those moments were not wasted. They were documented. They were not overlooked by heaven. They were exchanged in the spirit realm for something greater. Heaven moves in mysteries, and one of its most powerful tools is silent exchange. While you thought you were losing, you were being credited in eternity. While you cried in silence, angels were carrying scrolls of your endurance before the throne. While they spoke against you, heaven said nothing, because heaven was collecting evidence. Michael now stands in the courts of justice holding proof of your restraint, your humility, your obedience. Every time you chose not to clap back, not to defend yourself, not to retaliate, heaven called it righteousness. And that righteousness purchased something your enemies can never undo: divine evidence. This is how the spirit realm works. When the enemy accuses, heaven requires evidence. In your silence, your stillness, your restraint in the face of betrayal, it all became testimony. It all became currency in the kingdom. Your silence was your offering, and God did not ignore offerings that are soaked in tears and trust. While you wept, heaven moved. While you laid awake, staring into the dark, asking, "Why is this happening?" angels were being dispatched. While you questioned your worth, wondering if you were being punished, heaven was making you ready to receive the compensation of the righteous. And now, an exchange is occurring. This is not symbolic. It is literal in the realm of the spirit. For every moment you held your peace, heaven is releasing a wave of restoration. For every false word spoken against you, a door is opening in your favor. For every betrayal you endured, elevation is being commanded. Do not mistake silence for stillness. Heaven had been active behind the veil. You have been vindicated without even saying a word. The realm of darkness cannot contest it, because the blood of your obedience speaks louder than any accusation. You are not just being vindicated, you are being elevated. You are being lifted into rooms you didn't apply for, into assignments you didn't ask for. Why? Because your soul passed the test. You were trusted with spiritual silence, and now you will be trusted with divine exposure. Hear this: the spirit realm has already ruled in your favor. Angels are negotiating justice and restoration on your behalf. And though you may not see it with natural eyes, you will feel it. Favor in places where you were once rejected, peace in places where there was once torment, clarity where confusion tried to reign. This is not karma. This is kingdom recompense. This is the result of spiritual maturity, of trusting God when you could have fought back in flesh. This is the reward for walking in obedience when your soul screamed for vindication. God saw, God heard, and now God acts. Lift your hands where you are and declare, "My silence has spoken for me. Heaven has ruled. Restoration is my portion." Type "My silence has spoken" in the comments if you receive this. Blessing code 1919 is released over your life now. Now the gavel of heaven strikes. The verdict has been released. The angels rejoice and the realm of the spirit sings. Justice is in motion. Divine reversal has begun. What they meant for harm, what they spoke behind your back, what they whispered in hidden places, what they plotted when they thought you were unaware, it all returns now. Not because you wished it, but because justice is the nature of God. They will now see that you were never alone. They will now realize that the one they plotted against was not just a person. They were plotting against a vessel of God. And the justice that is unfolding will not be hidden. It will be visible, tangible, undeniable. Heaven does not operate on human timelines. But when heaven moves, everything changes. The ones who lied on you will be exposed by their own words. The ones who tried to block you will find themselves unable to move forward. The ones who thought they buried you will witness you rise, higher than they ever imagined. This is not about revenge. This is about redemption. God is not responding from emotion. He is releasing His word, and His word never returns void. Your reversal that is happening is divine, is clean, is swift, is holy. You won't have to explain it. They will just see it. They will watch as doors open for you, as blessings flow to you, as honor finds your name again. Your reputation, which they tried to ruin, is now being restored. Your peace, which they tried to disturb, is now being reinforced. Your voice, which they tried to silence, is now being amplified by heaven itself. What was stolen is now returning, with interest. Michael declares now, your favor is louder than their gossip. You don't need to correct their version of the story. You don't need to chase validation, because favor speaks louder than lies. Favor draws attention without striving. Favor elevates without explanation. You must now walk like justice has been served. You must carry yourself like one who hath been seen, defended, and redeemed. You must let go of the desire to prove them wrong, because God has already made you right. They are no longer your assignment. You are no longer their prey. Divine reversal means the scale is tipping back in your favor, and every seed of silence, obedience, and endurance is now bursting into a harvest of glory. This is the season where what they meant for evil becomes the reason you rise to visibility, prosperity, and prophetic placement. Lift your voice and declare, justice is mine. I receive divine reversal. What was meant to destroy me is now working in my favor. Type divine reversal in the comments if this is your season. Blessing code 1717 is flooding your atmosphere now. And now, beloved child of light, we have come full circle. At 11:11, heaven stirred, the realms aligned, and Archangel Michael moved it, not with suggestion, but with command. He exposed, He defended, and He delivered the divine intelligence you were destined to receive. What was hidden has now been brought to light. What was whispered in the dark is being judged in the spirit. You have heard the warnings. You have received the revelation. And now, you walk in the clarity of one who hath been set apart. You are no longer confused. You are no longer passive. You are no longer afraid. You are awakened. You are anointed. You are aware. Your silence was your shield. Your obedience was your offering. And your discernment is now your sword. You have walked the valley without vengeance. You have endured betrayal without bitterness. And heaven has honored every tear, every sigh, every surrender. Now, walk boldly. Walk with your head lifted high, not in arrogance, but in authority. Because you are not just protected, you are promoted. You are not just chosen, you are commissioned. Your name has been called in the Spirit. Your next season has already begun. Do not look back. Do not return to old agreements. Do not explain yourself to those who refuse to see your value when heaven already confirmed it. The watchers are being removed. The hidden is being reversed. And the next thing you touch will carry the fingerprints of divine favor. So we bless you now, with eyes to see, with ears to hear, with a heart aligned with the truth of God. May your steps be ordered. May your dreams be clear. May your voice shake the atmosphere with divine confidence. You are seen. You are sealed. And you are sent. Now walk in the fullness of this revelation. Type I receive and walk forward in the comments if this entire message was for you. Blessing code 2025 now surrounds your life with holy fire and supernatural clarity.